Recently we had Infliction Fight Series Promotion team up with Fairtex Promotion and run a Muay Thai show at Lumpini Stadium. It felt surreal, to be honest with you. I'm still pinching myself. I still think it hasn't sunk in exactly what we've just achieved. But it was amazing. When you actually get to Lumpini Stadium, when you have a look inside, I realised quickly that the photos and the videos that you see back home just don't do it justice. The setup's amazing, the feel's amazing. Lumpini Stadium's a holy grail of Muay Thai. So to be able to offer our Australians an opportunity to fight in Lumpini Stadium is absolutely priceless. The actual production itself, we've just gone to another level. It's huge. From organising flights and accommodation for all our fighters, you know, we invest in all these fighters to get over here. I'm super lucky to have people around me like Melina from NRF helping with all this sort of stuff, Prem from Fairtex to actually work out the matches as well. But obviously, you know, when we flew over here, we got to the airport, we had police escort us straight from the plane through to a different customs to get to our the bus, the massive bus waiting for us there. So we're all in our Australian tracksuits, so all professional. People were asking us all through the airports, who are you guys, what are you doing? I think by the time we actually got on the plane, we had about an extra 20 people that were coming to visit Thailand, coming to support us on the show. So the hype around that was great. When we get to the accommodation there, Sasan looked after us amazingly. We had a gym. As soon as we walked out of the hotel at Rongpo, there's a gym literally 20 metres away. It's a gym attached to the accommodation. So it's super easy for us just to go down there and train every day, and the fighters absolutely loved it. You know, we gelled together. All these fighters and trainers that were a part of this, it's something they're going to remember for the rest of their life, and I'm just super proud to even just to be a part of it myself. You know, I'm just another link in the chain, but it's going to grow the sport dramatically. So yeah, the production, it was massive production. We're still here. We still got to get home yet. So there's been a few things we've been doing after the show as well. As soon as I finished Lumpini show, you know, before we even walked out of the stadium, I had a meeting, and then straight from there we had another 2 meetings as well. Just the hype around what we've just achieved. It's new, it's fresh in everyone's eyes, and the main thing is it's going to help grow the sport in Australia. Some of the pros of running this actual show in Lumpini Stadium is, first of all, we just made history. We're the first promoter outside Thailand to run and promote a fight show in Lumpini Stadium. So that in itself is, we've just gone down in history. So we've had a lot of international exposure in other countries as well. I've had messages from people that I don't know in other countries saying congratulations. Some people saying, how did you pull it off? Or you did pull it off, it's great. Also, I've had fighters in Australia message me saying, you know, how amazing it is, but also I've had fighters you know, in their early 30s maybe go, hey, I'm coming out of retirement, what do I do to get on Lumpini Stadium? Like, these fighters have got hope now to actually do something more. In Australia, you know, you get to Australian champion if the promoters, some of the promoters, you know, it's hard work to promote fight shows at a decent level over there, because the sport's still growing. And to get big international fighters over to Australia, it's very hard, and financially, you know, it's super hard to do it. So they haven't got these opportunities. So for fighters to message me and say that they're going to come out of retirement and start, you know, have a second wind on their career, and like I said, it just gives them hope, which is amazing. So it's so good for the sport to see them back and inspire other people to, you know, that are coming through the ranks as an amateur to train harder, to go, hey, one day I want to be on Infliction Fight Series to get over to Lumpini Stadium. So just hearing all that stuff is amazing. You know, but also, you know, it is very hard. Like, we've, you know, Infliction Fight Series and Fight HQ, we've invested dramatically to get all the people over here. You know, there's not a show where we said, hey, who wants to come? You fund yourself. No, we did it all. We funded everyone to come over, flights, accommodation, you know, fight purses for both sides. All this was us. The outgoings for the venue itself, you know, Lumpini Stadium, everything costs money. So, you know, we had to invest in that, and that's what it is. It's an investment, you know. So, but since that, obviously, since the show, like, I've had a lot of people contact us about potential sponsorship that will actually help us get over here again a lot quicker. But we don't want to do one show a year. You know, we want to do 3 or 4 shows a year in Thailand as well. Back on the Gold Coast, we can do 3 or 4 shows a year. So fingers crossed. Hopefully, we can get a couple of decent sponsors on board. You know, that can help us. You know, in Thailand, we've had over 1 million people in Thailand watching it in Channel 7 Thai, which is great. And then after the show, we went to a pub to have dinner. And then on the TV screens, all these TV screens, they're showing our show again, which is great. We've had some of the fighters jump in taxis, and the taxi driver knew who they were. We're at the pub and people are like, hey, we're having a drink. Hey, that's you. You're on TV. You're famous. So good for the fighters to see that. Back in Australia, we've had, thousands of people watching the live stream. So now, hopefully, with the views that we're getting now, we can get it back on the mainstream media, which is going to help make these fighters superstars even more. Back in the day, we had Evolution, that Nugget used to run, and you can tell it laid the foundations for some of the past fighters to become famous. We've got some of the world's best fighters, I believe, in Australia right now, but no one knows who they are really because we're not on mainstream media, and this I think can help that, which is, again, I'm pinching myself. This is just so cool to be a part of. To do a production like this, you need such amazing people around you to help support you. We've had some amazing sponsors over in Thailand. We've had Fairtex, we've had Youth, we've had OG, we've had Primo, we've had Rage, PLC. Back at home, we've had Engage, we've had Morgan, we've had Sweet Marine. Without these guys can't help. We've also had, like I said, Melina from NRF Australians. Make sure you register with her. Like she has so many connections in the database to help you get fights. Now, not only in Australia, we're working on with NRF to get fights for you guys overseas. We've had people like Matt Lucas commentate. He's famous in Thailand now. He's starting to understand where we're at in Australia and how he can help us. And all of you fighters out there that don't know anything about marketing yourself, getting famous, listen to his podcast, listen to his stuff. He's got some great ideas. And as I said, if you can't sell a secret, if no one knows you're fighting, no one buys tickets, you can be the best fighter in the world. No one wants to pay to see you fight. Unfortunately, you're not going to get what you deserve, and you deserve so much more. We had Emma Parham over here helping with us capture all this information, so when we go back, we do a big brain dump and work out how to do the next one even better. To all the trainers like Mark Pease, Mick from Total Chaos, I hope I'm not missing anyone. I think that's it, from the trainers that come over, like you guys, well deserved. Like you guys are training people all the time, getting them to a level that can actually compete over here. Dwayne Glasgow from Bloodshed, unfortunately couldn't make it over, but he brought some of his trainers over with him for Alfie. Dwayne, wish you were here, but next time, buddy. But all these trainers in Australia, keep your fighters busy. We're building, and we got some big opportunities coming our way in Thailand and other countries as well. So I'm absolutely pumped. And a massive shout out to Sammy from Youth Fight Gear. Without him, this couldn't have happened at all. So he was the middleman. We almost spoke every day regarding this show, how much actually went into it. So Sammy, thank you so much, buddy. And looking forward to working with you in the future. And also a massive shout out for Dane Daddy Cool, who flew himself over here to be the commentator. He had a massive Muay Thai career, super famous, great commentator. He come over here and to support us and commentate with Matt Lucas, which is great. And I also had Luke Bex Tui back in Australia doing the emceeing for our live feed back in Australia as well. Luke, we'll get you on the next one. But all you guys made this happen. It's not a one-man team. We're such a great team to support this, and we're only going to get bigger. So thank you.